Hey, what's up, guys? It is November 21st, 2025. It's still Friday. I made a video earlier, and one of the things that I mentioned was that I was going to adjust my chart for the bigger range, and I just wanted to show you what my chart looks like and what all of these lines are really doing now. We've got a little bit more of a clear picture as to how the chart has been running now that I extended the range, so I thought I would just share this. First of all, this is the bottom of the range. Obviously, this is the lowest point, and then here is the very tippy top. We've got a couple of hits that were over here in this section, and it kind of poked out. But here's what I want you to notice. This 50% line now is actually where it bounced. And one of the things that I was saying before was that if we find support on the 50% line, we are going to head back up to the top. And if we do not find support on there, or there's a rejection, we're going to head down to the bottom of the range. So what I wanted to show you was, this is my chart, what it looks like now after it is it's updated. Okay, I drew this line here. This is completely the real previous range right here that it was stuck in for quite some time. This is the top of the previous range. You can see we've got a hit over there and a breakout right over there. So that's what this line represents, but it also is, here's a hit here, and this and this area right there. So this is kind of the in-between. There might be a little bit of air in between there. I could probably move it down. In fact, that's what I'll do. I'll move it down so we're just we're accurate right there. We'll call that, yeah. So that'll be good. Okay, so now as far as everything goes, you should be able to see where the market structure needs to break. This line needs to break for the market structure to come back into the previous range. Now, we used this before as the range before and the range above, and now that I've combined both ranges together, you can actually see it looks actually pretty good as far as like how it's working. You can see how it's reacting to the middle of the range, which is good. Right over here. Also, how it's reacting to the golden pocket that was right over here. Okay. The one thing that we didn't really have was we got a bounce on this golden pocket over here, another bounce here, but it failed and it tried to come back up. So everything is looking really relevant to me right now. As far as like, what my plan is right now is, what I'm looking for is I am looking for this section. This is what I'm looking for. If we do get a bounce up here and maybe, tap into this, then, maybe it'll come down over here. So I'll be looking at this section and this section for a possible long or short, depending on what's going on. As far as right now goes, usually what happens is when there is a touch, you can see right over here, we've got a touch over here. It does bounce up. I'm not really sure if this is the bounce that's happening, but again, what I want to do is I want to see what's happening in everything, how it's going. Now, of course, like I said before, this and this and this and this needs to be taken out somehow, but also there's stuff below that needs to be taken out. So as far as like the first line of support is right over here, and resistance I would think would be over here. If we get anything to kind of break, then we would be looking for this line to be hit and possibly move up there. So we need to keep an eye on how this chart is going to move now that we've got this bigger range. So anyway, this break of structure here is really the there's another break of structure. It is right over here. This, I can label this out. This is the break of structure. It needs to break this spot right here to move up, which makes sense because it is the golden pocket, the one of the golden pockets on the reverse side. So you can see the cluster. If it does come up here and possibly get back into this channel, then it can break out. Then we'll be able to see it. So this is the chart. Thought I would give you a quick update. Take a snapshot if you want. In fact, what I could do is, now that we are out of this channel, I'll just knock this down a bit like so that we have it somewhat there. I want to keep this trend line there just in case. So I'll just pull that out like that. That also could be our resistance mark. But yeah, everything's looking, now that I've adjusted the chart, everything's looking like it's been respecting these lines, honestly. So let's see what happens. Okay, guys, stay safe. Talk to you soon. Bye.